In engineering, we know first responders carry that weight every day. That's why for over 70 years, we've led the emergency warning industry, designing and manufacturing the lights, sirens, and safety systems they trust right here in America. Because when the mission is critical, there's no room for second best. Whelen Engineering, trusted to protect first responders.
.27 laps to go here in stage number 2 as the laps continue to count here tonight. Jesse Love stayed on the racetrack. He is the race leader. Parker Kligerman, who got aboard that race car for Connor Zilic earlier in tonight's race, stayed on the track as well. He's now up to second. And then Sam Mayer, who is now off the pit lane, he'll be third. Eric Almirola and his team elected to do Sunoco fuel only, so that Toyota now being posted fourth. And Garrett Smithley rounds out the top 5 here as we're going to get the one-to-go signal this time by.
And Garrett Smithley with a bright pink and white car tonight with 14 on the quarter panels. He will restart in position number 5. The one-to-go signal is given. 6th is Jeremy Clements. Christian Eckes will restart in 7th. Make that, they're going to swap them around just a tad now. Eckes now 5th, Allgaier 6th, Creed in 7th, Sammy Smith will restart 8th, with Brandon Jones 9th and Anthony Alfredo restarting in 10th.
So Cole Custer, we're seeing a little bit of strategy coming into play now here as we begin stage number 2.
Well, we saw it in that first stage how really the guys who started up front, they ended the stage up front. Sam Mayer started on the pole, Sammy Smith started second. So track position is very key. So these guys like Jesse Love and Parker Kligerman, they're trying to find ways to get themselves back up to the front, and short pitting that stage and then not pitting at the stage really worked out well for him. And we're going to see if Parker's going to let it all loose here in his start back with JRM.
So you've got a stage under your belt. You're about to start stage 2. Do you have as a driver all that you need as far as recon of the car to tell the crew what the car needs going forward for the remaining portion of this race?
Yes, I would say you definitely have a great idea of how your car is handling. You hope you made some good adjustments on the pit stop. The track will change, though. Now rubber's been on it. There's been a whole run on it. The track will change throughout the night, so you're hoping that you guys are ahead of your adjustments and we're able to make the right changes.
If you're just joining us here on the Motor Racing Network tonight here in Daytona, 34 of 100 scheduled laps have been complete in the Wawa 250. We've had a lot of stuff going on tonight. We are live. We are a bit behind. Had a 30-minute lightning hold early on before we even put the cars on the track. Then we had a light sprinkle come over. We had to go under the red flag to dry the racetrack. We were under the red flag for nearly 44 minutes, but when we've been under the green flag, Mike, we have had some sensational racing.
And we're about to have some more as the field comes out of turn number 4 right now. The pace car will hit pit road when they come to the line. 25 laps of stage 2 racing coming your way from Daytona. Here they come. Jesse Love on the outside. Parker Kligerman on the inside. Got some fresh faces in the top 5 and the top 10. Green flag is back up, and Jesse Love is gone. Sam Mayer giving him the shove now across the start-finish line, and that's enough. That shove is to propel Jesse Love into sole possession of the lead, at least for now.
Love has the option to slide down and block the low lane. He chooses not to do that, and here comes the low line again. Down to the bottom, challenging for the lead, Parker Kligerman by a nose.
Here's Kligerman, goes to work as they get onto the back straightaway. Works his way up to the inside of the Jesse Love machine. Sam Mayer still there, lined up behind Love. Eric Almirola enters the picture down to the bottom side.
Eric Almirola's second car in line on the bottom of the racetrack, directly behind Parker Kligerman. Kligerman still wheel to wheel with Jesse Love for the race lead, and they work their way out of the corner.
Bit physical there as everybody really giving each other the business on the back bumper, just pushing and shoving for all their worth. The outside lane for the moment has the advantage, if you call a foot an advantage, as they race their way back to turn 1.
That has been one of the bigger leads of the night that's being enjoyed right now for Jesse Love. He's actually expanded that to about a car length, and this time he will dive bomb back to the bottom of the track across the nose of Parker Kligerman. That leaves the top open for Mayer.
Here comes Mayer, here comes Love, just a step quicker, quickly makes the move from driver's left to driver's right on the run to shut off the outside advance of Sam Mayer.
Jesse Love trying to work those both lanes and keep them behind him. Love now moves down from the middle part of the racetrack down to the double yellow line and blocks Parker Kligerman.
Now Jesse Love will slide across the nose. He'll take sole possession of the lead. Now here's Love. He'll go from the bottom, back to the top, back to the bottom. He can't block them all. So far, he's blocked Kligerman on the bottom. He's blocked Mayer topside. And behind those three, they're three wide, about 5 rows deep.
Jesse Love, like swatting flies right now, trying to block 2 lanes at a time. And in a moment, he's going to have an opportunity to try and block 3 because the battle for 4th is 3 wide on the back straightaway.
Jesse Love, red and white Chevrolet at the front of the field. Here comes Sam Mayer behind him as Love swings back up to the outside. Kligerman leads the bottom lane as they head to turn 3.
Kligerman has got clear racetrack on the bottom part of the racetrack as they are stacking up behind them. The outside lane really getting jammed up. Sam Mayer had to jump out of the throttle, and Christian Eckes almost ran over him.
Everybody does a nice job keeping them pointed in the right direction. Cole Custer, how hairy is it behind the steering wheel when somebody in front of you has to check up?
Well, you're just hoping that that guy behind you is not going to run you over. You know, there's such an accordion effect when one guy checks up in the pack. It could be the guy 5 cars back that causes a huge wreck.
Right now, Parker Kligerman gets the shove on the bottom of the racetrack from Sammy Smith. That shove is enough to put Kligerman in the lead off turn 2.
Jesse Love leads the outside lane, but has lost the lead indeed as they come off the turn 2 portion of the racetrack. Sammy Smith down low, Love up high. They're all behind Parker Kligerman.
And going up the middle is Sheldon Creed. He is 3 wide with Brandon Jones and Sam Mayer for the 4th position. That's how they run out of 4.
Making the way back down to the short straightaway. One car goes for a spin. Further back, sliding down on the runoff pad, staying off the wall further back in the field, and it's Carson Quapple. He's going to get his car back to pit road. Looks like he may have cut down a tire. Not sure what the issue is. Quapple will make his way to pit road. We'll follow up there in a minute. Momentarily, the field works their way off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch in front of Kurt Becker.
Parker Kligerman with the race lead. Here he goes. He moves up toward the outside safer barrier. Jesse Love is on the move to the outside. Got to be careful. Sammy Smith is there to the inside. And Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon Creed also part of this mix. You can also add the machine of Justin Haley into this fight for the top spot. He has moved his way to 3rd.
Here they come off the corner again. Parker Kligerman under fire. Sammy Smith stepping to the outside of the racetrack while they race wheel to wheel for the lead. Let's get an update on the Carson Quapple car.
They asked Carson Quapple what happened. He said, I don't know, I might have blown a tire. It just went around. They are now working under the left rear wheel well area. They have bear bond they've called for over pit wall. That bear bond has now brought over the wall to the left rear wheel well, and it looks like he has some damage. They're going to continue to work on the left side of the car.
They make their way down the back stretch now into the 31 degrees of banking in turn number 3.
And there's been a shuffle at the front of the pack. It is Sammy Smith now that has grabbed the lead. Jesse Love and Justin Haley run side by side for 2nd as Parker Kligerman's been put in the middle.
19 laps to go in stage 2 in the Wawa 250 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Sammy Smith comes across the line. He leads his 18th lap of the evening. But Dave, as he surges out in front by himself, they're still stacked up door to door in his back door.
He's got plenty of company now, and the challenge is going to be on for that number 1 position. He gets a little loose in the middle of the racetrack, leaves the bottom open. That opportunity will go to Justin Haley.
Here he comes, races up to the inside at the midpoint of the super stretch now, squeezes back up at the head of the line in front of Sammy Smith. Justin Haley leading at Daytona.
Top 2 cars single file on the top side of the racetrack. The leader is Justin Haley. 2nd place is Sammy Smith. Side by side for 3rd. Jeff Burton on the bottom with Jesse Love up top.
Justin Haley, a 2-time Daytona winner, makes his way at the front of the field now at the World Center of Racing, stays on the outside lane, now drifts down across the nose of Sammy Smith, puts the block on there, 18 to go in stage 2.
And the man on the move right now is Jeff Burton in the thick of the hunt for that final playoff position. He has fought his way.
Tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR.
You stop here for Ryan Blaney, 4 tires with Sunoco fuel.
From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
Hey, I hear you think podcasts are all about true crime, huh? Well, wise guy, the iHeartRadio app's got all kinds of podcasts. We got stuff you should know and stuff they don't want you to know. We got Bobby Bones, Big Boy, and Lou Later. We got SpongeBob Binge Pants and Exotic Erotic Story Time. We got Doughboys, Two Dudes in the Kitchen, Green Eggs and Dan. Hey, we got Elf Quest. We got podcasts for everything on the iHeartRadio app for free. If you don't download that, well, that's not just a true crime, my friend. That's criminal.
Justin Haley continues to show the way. 15 laps to go here in stage number 2 of the Wawa 250. Jeb Burton is second, although he's only second by a car length or so as they race hard here around this 2.5-mile racetrack. From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
You've never been one to idly watch someone else do something for you. There's pride in self-reliance, in working with your hands, in harnessing the power of an E3 spark plug with Diamond Fire technology, yielding better engine performance. You have a choice to make. Take control of your ride, of your life, or be the passenger princess of it. Visit e3sparkplugs.com to put the power in your hands.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We welcome you back at the World Center of Racing here in the Wawa 250, presented by Coca-Cola. 13 laps to go here in stage number 2 as the field continues to jockey for positions, Mike. Up and down the racetrack they go. The blocks are becoming more and more aggressive.
And when we see that, that normally leads to crashes and big crashes. So far, so good. We've only had one challenge on the racetrack as far as a spin back when Carson Kvapil and Taylor Gray got together at the end of stage 1 back at lap 30. Right now, we are completing lap 48. That'll leave us 12 laps to go. Double wide for the lead. Now they're 3 wide from third on back. Here comes Sheldon Creed flying around the outside.
Sheldon Creed bulldogs his way to the extreme outside lane. Sliding up to throw the block on him is Justin Haley. That leaves the lane open for Jesse Love. He slides up in front of Haley for the lead.
Jeb Burton goes down to the inside, tries to start a run, leads the bottom lane of traffic coming off the end of the super stretch. But it's Jesse Love opening up by a car length or 2 back to 3.
A moment ago, it was Justin Haley at a turn number 4. They got really loose after he was racing Jeb Burton for the second position. Those two cars remain side by side behind the leader, Jesse Love.
Here they come back to the line. There'll be 11 to go here in stage number 2. They've got the lap car of Carson Kvapil in front of them now. That'll lend a little drafting assistance to current race leader Jesse Love racing back to 1.
Jesse Love takes it to the top of the racetrack. Now we'll dive down low as the lap machine gives way. Takes it all the way up to the safer barrier. To the inside, Jesse Love away with the lead. Haley is second. Jeff Burton and Creed side by side.
Sheldon Creed works his way up to the outside next to the safer barrier. Got company there. Parker Kligerman's going to go with him. They all line up behind Justin Haley.
And one driver that has popped into the top 5, that is the Matt DiBenedetto Chevrolet. He is right behind Sheldon Creed. They are 4 wide in turn number 4, coming off of 4.
They stack it up 4 wide, coming out of 4. They're bouncing off each other. Now it's back to 3 wide. They come to the line. 10 laps to go in this stage. All that racing, all that bouncing off each other happening on the back half of the top 10, the top 15, where there's still 3 wide off the end of the front straightaway.
Gloves are off back around that 15th position. Everybody just trying to sort things out. Front of the pack, though, smooth sailing for the moment for Jesse Love with sole possession of the lead.
Sheldon Creed is still there to the outside. He squares up right behind Jesse Love. Justin Haley's down to the inside, but the outside line is moving by. Sammy Smith is on the charge.
Sammy Smith wants the lead. He jumped from the outside of the the racetrack, goes down to the bottom, and now pulls even with Jesse Love for the lead. Sammy Smith on the bottom, Jesse Love up top.
Here they come, thundering up off of turn number 4. Tight side draft ongoing as they reach their way to the 18 degrees of banking right here at the start-finish line. And on the bottom of the racetrack, Sammy Smith does not have any drafting help, and Dave, the free fall begins.
Yeah, the safety in numbers is upstairs. Sammy Smith's got nobody. He'll fall back to second, falls back to third, falls back to fourth. Now he's in danger of falling out of the top 5 as the lead goes back into the hands of Jesse Love.
With Sheldon Creed in the second position, Austin Hill to third, Justin Allgaier to fourth. First car out of line, it's Austin Hill. He swings down low. Love throws the block.
Austin Hill now jumps back up to the outside lane. He opens up the inside for Anthony Alfredo. So it's Alfredo fighting with Austin Hill for second place.
Intense racing here at Daytona International Speedway. Cars dancing from side to side, trying to get positioned and trying to get angled up for a run at the stage point payout, which will come in 8 laps. It's Jesse Love leading. Austin Hill is back in the fray with Alfredo, Creed, and Sammy Smith, the top 5.
Anthony Alfredo trying to make his presence felt in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Past Pasta glued to the double yellow line on the bottom. He's up into a battle for third.
He's got Sammy Smith behind him. Justin Haley is part of that group to the inside lane. Also Matt DiBenedetto, and further back Parker Kligerman. They all work off the end of the super stretch.
A little bit of a momentary breakout at the front of the pack right now. The top 3 cars single file up against the safer barrier. That's Jesse Love, Austin Hill, and Sheldon Creed. Now here comes the inside lane shuffling forward.
And that's the blue and black Dude Wipes Chevrolet of Anthony Alfredo. He's got some drafting help. He's got Sammy Smith behind him, Justin Haley, Matt DiBenedetto, Christian Eckes. They're stacked up on the back bumper on the inside lane.
Some pretty good super speedway racers lined up on the back bumper of Anthony Alfredo, trying to push him forward. So far, he needs a little more help. He is only 4th on the inside.
Outside lane is where all the momentum is found as they come off of turn number 2. Again, up the super stretch here at Daytona. Jesse Love, the race leader, with a rear view mirror full of Austin Hill.
And Austin Hill is getting some great drafting assistance courtesy of Sheldon Creed. On the back straightaway, Creed was shoving Austin Hill forward. Those 2 cars remain in line, following the leader, Jesse Love.
And we've seen the RCR cars get back up to the front here, 1-2. We're going to see who can challenge them here at the end between the 00, the 7, and the 42.
Those RCR cars out front right now is Jesse Love. The teammate of Austin Hill is on the back bumpers. They race their way back to turn 1.
Into the 31-degree banking. All of them will go to the top of the racetrack. One exception down to the bottom. Sliding through now. Here comes Justin Allgaier. He's got room on the bottom.
Justin Allgaier is on the move. He is challenging for third. He's got Sheldon Creed to the outside. He's got Austin Hill just ahead. But still, it is Jesse Love, the race leader, to turn 3.
Justin Allgaier made a nice move in turn 2, but he didn't have any drafting help. Now up front, here is Austin Hill, sliding to the left, goes down to the inside of Jesse Love, racing him for the top spot.
Still, the outside lane has the strength and numbers in the draft. They have the speed at the moment. But boy, Austin Hill at the bottom of the racetrack is strong in his Chevrolet. He'll fade back to the side-by-side battle for third, but Dave, the help is coming on the back bumper on the inside lane.
Yeah, the Richard Childress Racing teammates had been racing together and helping each other. Austin Hill decided that's enough of that. I'm going to grab the lead from Jesse Love. Couldn't get it done, but he's still right there in a battle for second.
Here comes Love. He works down to the bottom side of the super stretch. Now he swings back up wide because Sheldon Creed is there. Creed up to the second position.
Jesse Love's car is strong out front right now. He has been able to keep this pack at bay behind him. Love now goes down to the double yellow line and picks up Austin Hill as they work out of the corner.
What a night for Sheldon Creed. 25-point gain since the dropping of the green flag when we started this tonight. And now Sheldon finds himself in a side-by-side battle with Austin Hill. That is for second. That is right behind race leader Jesse Love. 4 laps to go in stage 2.
Love leads the way into the banking of turn number 1. He will slide down to throw the block on Austin Hill. That leaves the top of the racetrack open for Sheldon Creed, but he hasn't got the drafting help. He'll drop back into a battle for third.
Justin Allgaier is there on that inside lane. He is challenging for the third position. He's right behind Austin Hill, and Hill still behind Jesse Love.
That's how they run entering turn number 3. Jesse Love on the bottom of the racetrack as the race leader. Austin Hill in lockstep formation behind him. Side by side for third. Allgaier and Creed.
They make their way back to the start-finish line. We're down to 3 to go now, getting closer and closer to stage number 2's conclusion. The top 10 at the end of the stage get championship points. But right now, it's all about trying to lead at the World Center of Racing.
There may be a problem with the Sam Mayer automobile. He led in the early going. He has dropped all the way to the back of the pack and is struggling to keep pace even there. Here come the leaders off turn 2, led by Jesse Love.
Got Austin Hill in the second position. Hill now starts to make a move to the outside. Love gets on the move in front of him, manages to shut off the lane. Sheldon Creed inches from the back bumper of Austin Hill.
Sheldon Creed gave a nice bump draft to Austin Hill. Hill's now got the momentum. He goes to the inside of Jesse Love. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. Here's Justin Allgaier taking it away, and around they go off turn 4. Sammy Smith spins. William Sawalich. Other cars crash off turn 4.
Sliding down to the inside of the racetrack. Caution is on the speedway. 2 to go in the stage. This will effectively end stage number 2. It all broke out on the transition, Tim Catalfamo. That seems to happen so many times at Daytona.
Sammy Smith had gotten shoved into the middle part of the racetrack, and as they were coming out of the 31 degrees of banking on the flat part of the front straightaway, it looked like his car got turned sideways. I then saw William Sawalich also take a spin, and then there was just smoke and dust as they slid further down into the tri-oval off turn 4.
William Sawalich is on pit road. We've also got Jeb Burton on the pit lane. Sammy Smith there as well. Let's cover the William Sawalich stop. Wendy, is there any damage on that Toyota Supra?
Yeah, we're taking a look at it now. It doesn't look too bad so far. There was a lot of shuffling happening right here on pit road as Anthony Alfredo got pushed down pit road. But it looks like mostly left front damage on the 18, and that was pure chaos. I was in Anthony Alfredo's pit stall, and he had gotten shoved out, fell all the way back to about 14th, and then the chaos happened. So it actually worked in Anthony Alfredo's favor, but not in the favor of those guys running in that area of the pack.
No, they are going to be able to get back out on the racetrack. We're going to begin our final lap of stage number 2 right now. And Cole Custer, looked like Austin Hill got very loose up at the front of the field. Maybe that's what forced everybody to kind of roll out of the throttle. What did you see?
Well, everybody got stacked up from there. The 21 got super loose. Now they're 3 wide, and now it just ggets tight. And the 27 wasn't handling how he wanted to. Shoved up the racetrack and hit the 8. Overall, everybody's car is just driving terrible at the end of that stage. Old tires, everybody's going for it, and they just all came together.
Watching on NASCAR TV here at the racetrack, Alex, what you said was true. Austin Hill got squirmish coming out of turn number 4, and I think the ripple effect of that, Jeb Burton got into the left rear quarter panel of Sammy Smith and turned Sammy around, and then that triggered that chain reaction crash that caught up a couple of Joe Gibbs Racing teammates.
Yeah, in William Sawalich and Eric Almirola. Almirola wasn't a part of the actual spin, but avoiding everybody spinning, he rolled up to the outside lane and bounced off of the safer barrier with the right side of his race car. So he's wrinkled that up just a bit, but I think we got away with what could have been a bigger crash.
Only 4 cars involved in that skirmish coming out of turn number 4, but the lead was buried because while Sammy Smith was spinning, his Junior Motorsports teammate was powering to the inside at the bottom of the racetrack. Justin Allgaier has now gone to the top of the leaderboard as we're on the final lap of stage number 2. So Justin Allgaier, that Hellman Chevrolet coming to life. He's been in the lead draft all night, Alex, and at that precise moment saw the opening to power to the inside and go to the point.
Well, and it's not a surprise. Justin Allgaier is awfully good when it comes to drafting and picking his line and shooting the gap, as they say. But Allgaier coming down to the line behind the pace car. We'll see the green and white checkered flag from the right hand of chief starter tonight, Andy Ashbeck. The caution flag continues to fly out of the left hand. Top 10 finishers. Justin Allgaier wins stage number 2. Jesse Love is second. Christian Eckes third. Austin Hill will be fourth and Sheldon Creed fifth. Dean Thompson is sixth. Harrison Burton from 2 laps down finishes stage 2 in 7th. Taylor Gray 8th. Brandon Jones 9th. And Ryan Sieg was 10th.
Hey race fans,